It's like when I quit J&J, even though I had no cash flow and I pulled a loan to give us like the ability to pay rent, we went to a vacation to Zushi Beach for a week. And that's where I started to have the vision of like what I wanted to build towards with my community. Like that's the foundation came from that week of reflection. So I'm curious, like what inner work have you been doing across all that travel? How have you found liberation and self-trust during that experience as opposed to being tethered to a prescribed timeline of you have to get back on the market so fast before you're no longer valuable, like all these lies and illusions that happen when there's a gap that occurs. So yeah, I'll give you space for all of that as well.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
mean,
really
I guess this
remarkable.
goes
Yeah.
back to like what we were talking about earlier of like pushing boundaries. Like, when I first, it started with wanting to go to Iceland. I'd always wanted to go to Iceland. I read this article that was like, this is the best year to go to Iceland because of like, cosmic events
You got
that I was
sold on a
like,
blog? Was that what led the whole?
yeah,
That's
exactly,
awesome.
exactly. So I was like, I'm going to Iceland. And then my friend and I we were like, let's go to Vancouver, Canada. That had been on my list for a long time. And then I saw a cheap flight to Copenhagen. So I booked 3 trips. And then I heard a voice said, well, what if you traveled every month? And I was like, I can't travel every month. I don't have a job. Like, what? And then I just said, but what if I did it? And so I just started booking trips. And it was like one of the best things that I could have ever done for myself because each trip ended up being a lesson about something that I was dealing with. So I went to Bonaire, which is still owned by Holland, and seeing the relationship that the Bonaire people have with the Holland government and the way that culture is expressed in Bonaire versus other places of the Caribbean was really confronting for me and really made me deal with a lot of the racial trauma that I had experienced. Going to Guatemala, I rode a ATV up a volcano, and
That's awesome.
it was a very like spiritual experience for me. So each trip like unpacked another aspect of me, another layer of me that I may have recognized or sometimes didn't even know that I needed to dive into. And I don't feel like I would be me and be in this mental frame had I not taken those trips.